Good day, guys. Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. The name is PK Okran. Kindly subscribe to my channel and like my videos. Today, we are going to focus on another tool, on the draw toolbar. The last time we tackled the line toolbar. This time around, we are going to move on to the polyline. Now, let me just place it on the polyline and then just read about what the polyline really is. Now, it creates a 2D polyline. A 2D polyline is a connected sequence of segments created as a single planar object. You can create straight line segments, arcs, segments, or a combination of the two. So it says you can create straight line segments, arc segments, or combination of the two, meaning you can use the polyline tool to draw straight lines and also draw arcs. You can use the polyline tool to draw straight line and also draw arcs. Now let's select and demonstrate how the polyline tool can be used. So as it says, you can use it to draw lines and also use it to draw arcs. So let's demonstrate how to use the polyline tool. So you just left click. It says specify start point. So I will just specify my point. I will draw my line to any dimension that I want, or that I prefer, or what you prefer. So I'll just left click and then turn to another direction. I will choose south. Now, in order to activate the arc tool in polyline, you just need to type A. You press A and then you type enter, and then the arc is activated, as you can see on my drawing or on my worksheet. So I'll just specify any dimension, move to the next direction that I want. Now the arc is still activated. So in order to make the polyline, the line command in the polyline active, you just need to press L and then you type enter. Now, as you can see, we are now back to our line command within the polyline tool. Now, I'll just specify any point that I want, and then I just want to close my diagram with an arc. So I just need to press A and then type enter. Then my arc is created. So after you see this, there's going to be an endpoint. With this, we call it a perpendicular in polyline. So you just left click, right click, and then you press enter. So as you can see, I have a straight line, I have arcs, I have two straight lines, and I have two arcs, but all are connected together. From our last lessons, the line command have separate segments. Each segment of the line command is separate. So I drew a box, a square, and then all the parts, all the faces of the square were separate, from north, east, south, and then west. All were separate. But with polyline, after drawing everything, it becomes one solid figure, one whole figure. So as you can see, I just pressed where my line is, but it has highlighted the whole diagram. It has highlighted the whole diagram. So that is how the polyline tool is used. So you can use it to draw arcs, you can use it to draw lines. Let me use the polyline again. You left click on the tool, you specify start point. I have specified mine. You just left click on the dimension that you want, or you just type the dimension. So let me type 20, then press enter. So I have my 20 here. I don't have to press escape or right click and then delete. I just want to continue my diagram. So if I want to draw an arc, I just type A and then I press enter. Now my arc is visible. Let me use an angle of 75 degrees. So I need an arc at an angle of 75 degrees. So when your polar is on, your angles are on, you just need to tilt it to 75 degrees, and then you left click, you right click, and then you press enter. Now you have this figure also. So you can turn it to any direction that you want. Now, in order to enable the angles, Now when you look at this bar over here, this toolbar is called the model toolbar. The model toolbar, it demonstrates the display drawing grid, snap mode. We have restricted cursor, orthogonally. Now this shows the orthographic projection. You can only draw vertical lines and then horizontal lines. Now, and then the angles. So where the angles are indicated, it said restrict cursor to specific angles. So you just tap and then the angles will show. So you can choose any angle that you want to use to draw, either 5, 10, 15, 20 angle, 10, 20, 30, 40 degrees, 15, 30, 45, 60 degrees, which is the one I am currently using, 18, 36, to any any angle that you want. And then, in the case you don't want to, just deactivate by just left clicking on what you selected. So this is how we use the Polyline toolbar. I can just edit anything around the Polyline toolbar, just extend it and then it will move. The same applies to the line. I can just move it and then it will just move down. It just keeps on expanding when you want it to be. So that is how the Polyline toolbar works. It works in a whole. Now let's go back to the line command. Let's just revise on the line command. And let me show you some difference. So I just pick the line command, you left click, I specify my first point, my next point, and then you bring it. I'm just drawing a rectangle, so in order to get the same dimension, you just bring it back to where you started and then you drag it horizontally so that you're going to get a parallel line. You just left click, and then when you reach the end point, you left click, you right click, and then you press enter. Now let's see the difference. I drew this object with Polyline. Now let me select one side of the object and then let's see what happens. So let me left click. Now after I left click, all parts of the objects were highlighted. Now let's move on to the line command. The line command, this was for Polyline, and then this is the line command. So I'll just specify one side, select one side and see what happens. Okay, so left click. Now after selecting, I hope you can see the difference now. Polyline highlights all parts. It gives it a complete, what do we call it, object. So this is also a Polyline object. Let me just select. So as you can see, all the parts are highlighted. Now when I came to the line command, all the segments are separate, so I can work on this at each segment separately. Let me choose another face and see what happens. The same way, so I can either work on this, drag it somewhere here, and I can also work on this and drag it somewhere here. This is how the line command functions. And then the difference between the line command and then the Polyline command. The Polyline command can be used to draw straight lines and then arcs, straight lines and then arcs. And then the line command serves as the, what do we call it, the constructional lines we use in any other drawing. So you just use it as backup and then you draw your actual thing. Now you can also use lines to do so many things. There are so many things, and then as time goes on, I just want you to see the basics of each and every tool available in AutoCAD. After we get to know all these things, then we just apply them to draw modelings, either mechanical, civil, building construction, electricals, and then many more. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Please like my video as I bring you more videos on AutoCAD. Stay blessed. You're welcome.